Welcome to Module 12.1, Relationships in Two Variables. This is graphing on a coordinate plane. This stuff should all sound familiar to you by now. We have new vocabulary. And again, you can pause the video and write down all of the notes if you wish. That's fine. Vocabulary's axis. Axes are the two number lines on the coordinate plane, the x and y. Axis is the horizontal one on the coordinate plane. The y-axis is the vertical number line on the coordinate plane. And the origin, that is the point where the x and y axis intersect. And quadrants. Quadrants are the two axes that divide the coordinate plane into four quadrants, okay? Once you get all that written down, you're going to go get a little glue-in piece of paper to put on the bottom of your paper. And this is just a diagram that describes all of the vocabulary words up above. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and this is the origin. See the 0, 0 where they intersect, okay? And this is what the whole page should look like. Okay, page 2. Page 2 is more vocabulary about the coordinate plane, because there's a lot of pieces and parts that belong to this, okay? This is all stuff you should know already. An ordered pair, it's always x and y in parentheses. The parentheses separated with the comma, and the two numbers that are in there, that always tells your brain, hey, this is an ordered pair. Without those parentheses, you've just given two integers separated by a comma. Very important, you write ordered pairs in parentheses. Ordered pair is a pair of numbers that gives the location of a point on a coordinate plane. The coordinates are also called ordered pairs. So in other words, ordered pair and coordinates are used synonymously. I can use either one and it means exactly the same thing. They're synonyms of one another. X-coordinate, the x-coordinate is the first number in the ordered pair, so that's always the x. The y-coordinate, that's always the second number in the ordered pair, and that's always the y. Okay, pause the video and write that down. Once you do write that down, then you're going to go to the diagram. That just explains all of the vocabulary up above. Okay, and you're going to get a highlighter, and you're going to highlight just like this. Okay, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. And these are points that are in there, and then that's the x and y coordinate that is located by that point. So you're just going to highlight that, those special little items there, and glue that in. And your Go Math page 332, number 1 through 5, you should be able to complete. And we're going to go through this module rather quickly because this is all old stuff for you. We did this since the first week of school. And the whole entire page should look like that. Okay, moving to page 3. Page 3 is a little activity. You're going to need 3 of these papers, and you're going to glue them in a specific way, and I'll get to that in just a second. But at the very top of your page, I want you to go ahead and put down A, B, and C. Those are your points. That's the labeling, A, B, and C. A is going to be negative 5, 2. B is going to be 3 and 1.5. C is going to be 0 and negative 3. Okay, so you're going to graph and label each one of those points. Now, you're going to get 3 pieces of paper as a graph. Okay, and the way you're going to glue these in, and you're going to step them. Okay, line them up on their sides, and then kind of line them up where the top of this paper is at the top of this graph. Okay, and then you're going to glue it down the side so it opens like a book. Okay, just like that. And at the top, you're going to put your graphing point that you're going to graph, A, B, and C. And you're going to use your color pencils now. You're going to need a blue and a green, a blue and a green. So for A, it's going to be negative 5, 2. What you're going to do with your blue color pencil is you're going to start at 0, and you're going to shade to negative 5. So you're going to shade all the way to negative 5 with an arrow. Okay. And then with your green, you're going to climb 2. because you're going positive in the Y direction. So that's 1, 2, and then you put your point. Okay. Down at the very bottom, what you're going to do is you're going to label your directions. Your directions are: you start at 0, 0, you move left on the X -5 units, and then you move up on the Y 2 units. Okay. And you're going to do that for every one of these. Like point B is 3 and 1.5. So with the blue, you're going to go +3 in the +3 direction, and you're going to shade to +3, starting from that 0, 0 point. Okay. And then you're going to go up 1 whole piece and then half a more. There's 1 whole piece and then half a more. And that's where you're going to put your dot. Your point, I should say. Point. Okay. Then you're going to label your directions in the bottom. You started at 0, 0. What did we do? We took the blue and we moved right 3 whole units. And then with the green, we moved up 1.5 units. Okay. You get the idea. And then point C, I think you can do on your own, and write your directions down here. Start at 0, 0. And if your X is a 0, you're not going to move anywhere. So actually it's going to be moved nowhere on the X axis. And then you're going to move down -3 on the Y axis and then place your point. Now, from that point, you should be able to go to your Go Math page 333 and complete numbers 6 through 10. And we're going to do example 3, and then you're going to do number 11. And then your homework is going to be guided practice, and the homework pages 335 and 336, which I will get entered. Not too worried about that right now. I'm going to finish the lesson first. Graphing on the coordinate plane, practice and problem solving AB. Then you need to get one of these papers and glue it in just across the top, very little dots across the top. Do not use a whole lot of glue. Some of you are still using way too much glue. Okay, so then you need to complete that. The very first top part of this is give the coordinates of the points on the graph. So you're going to look for A. When you find A, you're going to find it in quadrant number 2. And then you're going to look to find out, okay, you start at 0, 0, and then you're going to move left, and you're going to find out that first X coordinate is going to be a -12. And then you're going to start counting up. And you're going to find it's going to be at 14. And it's a +14 because you're moving up. And you're just going to label all of those. The next one, you're going to actually plot the points and label them with their little capital letters. And then you're going to answer the questions 13, 14, and 15. Then you are going to, I think we did this paper once before, but that's okay. We need to do it again. Finding quadrants on the coordinate plane. Okay, so if you have -4 and 8, I'm going to go -4 and then +8. It's going to be quadrant 2, and that's why it's number 2 over here. If you are moving -4, -8, you're going to start at 0, 0, -4, -8 is going to put you in quadrant 3. If you have +4, -8, you're going to start at 0, 0. +4 goes to the right, -8 drops. It's going to put you in quadrant 4 somewhere. And then if you have +4 and +8, that is going to start at 0, 0, go to the right, and then you're going to climb. So that's going to put you in quadrant 1. So you're going to complete this page. And then last but not least, You're going to be locating points on the quadrant plane using reading positive and negative coordinates. So 1 through 10 is telling you what item you're looking for, and then you're going to identify the quadrants that go with that each item. And then on the bottom, you're going to locate these points that it gives you, like 10, 5. So you start at 0, 0, and you move 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you locate the letter C, and that's all that is. It's pretty fun. So there's 10 there where you're identifying the ordered pair, and then 10 where you're using the ordered pair to identify what is plotted there. And that is all, because we go to 12.2 next. So you should have 2 pages of vocabulary, 2 pages of vocabulary. Is that focused? 2 pages of vocabulary, and then the 3 graph and label each point, and then practicing problem solving AB, finding quadrants based on coordinates, and then reading positive and negative coordinates. Okay, that's what I'm looking for whenever I give you 100 for your notes. Thank you for watching.